Number three, absolute must for the next build I have. You guys should definitely be thinking about this. What's going on, people? It's been about 4 months since I moved into my car with my dog Otto. In this video, I just want to discuss a couple changes or things that I would do differently in order to make life living in here a little bit easier. If you guys are looking into this lifestyle or doing something similar, maybe you guys can take these things into consideration yourself. That way you don't have to deal with them as you go along in the journey. So first thing I would change, I would get a bigger fridge. All right, right now I have a little 16 quart compact mini fridge. I went with a smaller fridge thinking that it would help me save money in the long run, as in a sense that I would not be buying an abundance of food and eventually going to waste. If I didn't eat that food by expiration, or if I was just buying food to fill up the fridge, it would eventually go to waste, because I did that a lot in my apartment and I didn't want that to carry over into this lifestyle. I'm trying to save money and just in a way become a little bit more minimalistic. Yeah, that was my reasoning for getting such a small fridge, but as of lately it's just become more of a nuisance and inconvenience, being that I can't store as many items as I would like to. I could barely store sandwich ingredients. Things just clutter up in the fridge so fast, so easily, and having a bigger fridge would solve that issue. Kind of works perfect right now. I can use it as a seat, like a little seat that faces this way towards the back. If I scoot my driver's seat all the way forward, I'm able to sit on the fridge, on top of the fridge, and use it like a little bucket seat. I don't think if I had a bigger fridge, it would add up maybe like a couple more inches of height to the fridge. I'm not sure I'd be able to utilize the fridge the same way, so I'm kind of contemplating in that area, but who knows, maybe we'll be getting a bigger fridge eventually. Yeah. Number two, another not so urgent, not a necessity, but I would love to have a bigger battery system, portable battery system, specifically to charge my fridge and electronics. In California, it's pretty hot, so it takes a lot of power to keep my fridge cool. I have a 728 watt hours or 768, one of those two. Either way, it's under 1,000. I would love to have a 1,000 watt hour battery or higher at this point in my car life journey. I would wish to have one. It's not necessary, but it would make things a lot easier. I wouldn't have to charge my battery as much, every 2-3 days. Every 2-3 days, I have to find somewhere to charge. I gotta find somewhere to charge my battery, man. I'll say the fridge is like the most thing that draws the power, but when I boil water or cook rice, that takes a lot of power. Mostly the rice though. My rice cooker drains about like 7 to 10% per like cooking. Yeah, so not a big concern, but like I said, just a minor inconvenience of having a smaller battery. All right, number three, not six, three. Number three is an absolute must for the next build I have. You guys should definitely be thinking about this. This is not like number one or number two, where it'd just be a convenience. I'm surprised I haven't even changed this by now. My bed cushions, bed and couch cushions. Right? This is one of the panels, or damn bus. All right, this is one of the cushions that I have. I don't remember the size of cushion that I bought off Amazon. I believe it's like a 2.5 inch thick. 2.5 inch thick, just stapled to like some thin sheet of wood that I stapled. I used spray adhesive to stick the cushion onto the wood, and then I got this leather fabric and wrapped it and stapled it to the wood. Very basic, quick, and easy, very DIY friendly. But the foam is just, at this point, it's just like very, well, not these ones, but you know, these ones are very thin now. They're very thin. My dog Otto lays on these ones most of the time throughout the day, all day really. And then when it comes time for us to go to bed, I lay on them. And they've just become very squished. So I would definitely get like 3 to 4 inches of memory foam if you guys are thinking about DIYing your cushions. Um, yeah, they're just very flattened and thin at this point. Obviously, I'm still able to knock out easily, but I think having thicker cushions, they'll probably last a little bit longer and be more comfortable in the long run. Also, you know, if I'm on my knees, just maneuvering through the car, and I lean on, you know, I have my knees pressing on the cushions, at some point I do feel the staples digging into my knee, and that you know, it's very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. Another thing about the cushions is that I would make them a little bit more seamless. You know, they don't exactly fit perfectly together. They don't, you know, they kind of shift around sometimes. There's some gaps in the cushions when everything is like laid out. And that was just me not taking my time as much, not taking as much time as I should have, measuring and fitting the cushions to the space that I have. You know, so there's a lot of, like I said, gaps. There's a lot of unfitting, like moving cushions, and because they shifted around a lot, I had to like make this little, I had to make these little like lips for the cushions to stop sliding off of the bed platform when I'm driving, you know, because I normally don't always have this extended out. This would be folded down, so when I would drive, these cushions would just slide right off. And so I had to add this lip right here to keep them from sliding off. You know, I just think all this can be prevented if I had cushions that fit properly or a little bit more snug in the build. You can see it just like this, like there's space here on the side. So like when I sleep across this entire platform, you know, the cushions will like slide this way sometimes, and then I'm sleeping above this little gap right here, you know, and then I'll feel this lip right here sometimes, or my, you know, my back just like falls and folds down into this little crevice, and then now my back is sleeping in kind of like a U-shaped thing. That's number 3, you guys. That's number 3. Better cushions. Better cushions. Gonna be my 3 things that I would change now or in the near future to make my life a little bit easier while living in my car. All right, if you guys have any tips, or maybe you guys have had similar problems in your own car life journey, all right, let me know down in the comments below how you changed those things or dealt with certain situations. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.